Hello there. I could hear you coming from miles away. This place has a peaceful environment and a wonderful view. Very pleasant. Perhaps a little too pleasant. Look, I've already mapped out an itinerary of my stay. That would be going too far. This place was constructed by magic, right? I don't sense any dangers. And I'm guessing that the only ones who can get in here are those you have specifically invited. If they're your friends, I'm sure they won't cause any major disturbances. Right? They wouldn't, would they? Hello there. I could hear you coming from miles away. Of course. Anything you want to talk about? If you let me start the conversation, it would definitely be about plants. Oh, so you're ready for class? Then let us begin with the basics. Botany is a branch of biology that focuses on the morphology, taxonomy, ecology, genetics, and evolution of plants is as follows. No daydreaming, sleepyhead. This is what you asked for. All right, I'm only teasing. People who don't work in this field don't have to bash their heads against the books. However, you spend a considerable amount of time traveling and traipsing through the outdoors. It would behoove you to learn a thing or two about common plants. For instance, discerning a plant's growth patterns to orient your position, how to use stems and leaves to acquire potable water, which fruits are edible and palatable, which herbs are suitable for cooking with meat. Hey, what's the matter with you? Is this what happens when you hear anything remotely about food? Ah, yes, your little partner. She doesn't seem the most intellectual sort, but she cares deeply about you. Even if it's only for the sake of protecting your companion, you should learn more about the natural sciences. Sorry, I slipped into training mode there for a second. Look at me, talking to you like you're a rookie forest ranger. Please forgive me. Anyway, you're smart enough to understand what I meant. If you ever wish to learn more about flora, my door is open anytime. Are you coming from miles away? Of course. If you let me start the conversation, it would definitely be about plants. Oh, so then let us begin. The basic taxonomical classification of plants is as no daydreaming, sleepy. All right, I'm only however, for instance, which fruits are edible and palatable? Hey, what's the matter with you? Yeah, she doesn't seem even if it's only for sorry. Anyway, if you ever wish to Hello there. I could hear you coming from Me? Oh, just thinking about some recent tasks that need to be completed. This week, I have to observe some experiments and record their results at Pardee. It's also about time to draw up the next patrol schedule for the Rangers. Nothing especially urgent, though, so this can all wait. So, anything in particular you want to do? Oh, so then, why did you ask? All right, I'll go ahead. Please answer one question for me. Do you want to rub my ears? Your gaze seems to have been wandering slowly earwards the whole time we've been talking. Mind if someone I'm close to rubs my ears, you know? I'm not sure why, but everyone always seems to think that it would make me angry. Over time, do not discuss ears or tails in Tainari's presence became something of an unspoken rule. It can sometimes be quite amusing to watch people's faces as they stumble over their words. It's probably for the best, anyway. It might get irritating if people I barely knew started coming up to me and getting all touchy-feely. Of course. They might not feel as nice as you're imagining, though. They honestly just feel like anything you'd find on a regular cat or dog. I give you an inch, so you take a mile. Okay, fine. As long as you're happy. I'd be willing to take hundreds of group photos with you, so a pat or three is nothing. Hello there. I could hear you coming. Morning. The day's plans are best made at dawn. The early bird catches the worm. Early rising worms might object to this, of course, but that's just how the food chain works. See, no matter how early they rise, a tree's leaves will still get eaten by insects. You don't hear them complaining, do you?